Hey guys and girls, it's Grim here, and today I want to try and cover a subject that I'm by no means an expert in, but I've done a bit of research, and it's a hot topic at the moment, so I thought I'd discuss it, and this is lag comp. Dear God, wish me luck. Okay, lag comp, what does it mean? So imagine you've got 12 people set around the world waiting to play a game of TDM. Now, what the computer's going to do is, first off, when the game begins, we've all seen this, the whole countdown bit. For some reason, mine's counting up. What will happen is it will buffer the game, just like if you're online streaming a YouTube video, it buffers it. And while that's happening, the game is receiving packets of information from, or tickets, from all the other players. So you'll see it'll suddenly go, vroom, all the information will go in. What it's doing then is it's first off working out where all your positions are in the game. It's working out your speed of connection, which is the big one, uploads and downloads, because it's trying to work out who the best host is. Now, I'm making this sound like it goes on forever. It doesn't. This takes milliseconds. But once all of this data is gathered, from obviously the host is going to be the first one. Once it's all gathered, it will then bring that information back out to all the gamers, so they know where everybody else is on the map, because obviously your Xbox knows where you are, doesn't know where everybody else is. It gets that from the host's machine, hence the reason why host always has an advantage. From this information that you receive back, it'll work out what you are. Are you a 4-bar? Are you a 3-bar? Are you a 2-bar? Or are you a 1-bar? And we see this in this screen. This is Modern Warfare 2, but it's been the same for time immemorial. We'll see that screen, shows your dreaded 3-bar. Okay, so how does all this relate to what's going on in the battlefield? As you'll see here, what happens is when you're running along, you're not actually running in terms of what the host sees. The host will collect data as a snapshot and then infill that data with what it thinks you're doing. So as your soldier's running along, it will take a snapshot, then it will take another snapshot, and it will infill that running motion. So as you can see here, you got the 3 black soldiers. They represent when data's been uploaded to the host. Then what will happen is it will infill those pings with the representing animation to what should be happening. So you running along. Now, what happens when that goes terribly wrong? This happens. It will ping, get its first soldier, it knows where you are. Then it will try and work out where the second one is. Boom, it loses the connection, and then that's why you suddenly see a soldier just jump across the screen. And this is where it all gets a little bit messy. What it will try and do is, because people are having issues and some are getting the information later than others, or it's uploading later than others, it will try and work out what's the best common denominator, as it were. So rather than just say host has best connection, those with other good connections will do well, like Black Ops 2 does at the moment. In Modern Warfare 3, what it would do is it would slow down the release of data, so that everybody was kind of playing with equal lag, which is horrendous. You penalise everybody. So, what's the real solution for this? To be honest, we start by blaming Activision, because, hey, that's the easiest thing to do, and 9 times out of 10, it is their fuck up. But if we look at this is just a rough graph I've made up, but the top data is important, the 4.6 and the 7.6. They are the actual internet, the average internet speed for a household at those particular years, so 2007, 2012, for the UK. Obviously I'm from the UK, so it's easier for me to work with that kind of data. Now, if you look at back in 2007, which is when COD 4 came out, you probably had 0.5, some people had, and you had, 10 maybe plus, if you were lucky. But now, we can have people still on, okay, let's say they might be on 2 meg now. You have people on 100 plus meg, with, and this is obviously download, with, also fantastic upload. So, the wide variety in infrastructure in various countries, makes a huge difference to how this game's going to perform. And that's not something the game can balance. That's something that just is. You know, the infrastructure in different parts of countries, in different countries full stop, changes dramatically over this number of years. And they've never really updated this matchmaking system since COD 4. Now, I think the peak when the infrastructure of all the various countries and the peak of how much they tweaked the actual matchmaking engine and the lag and everything else happened in Modern Warfare 2. It sold 4.5 million copies. You know, I think everything just came together and worked well then. They fucked the game up, without a shadow of a doubt, but I think in terms of the number of players, the infrastructure that they were using, and the matchmaking system, hit detection worked perfectly. So, what went wrong? This. Yes, my friends, it's sad to say they chased the almighty dollar. Not necessarily a bad thing, but they did it the wrong way around. Create a great game, and the money will come. COD 4 proved that. They created a phenomenal game, and people bought it. That's how this should work. Create a fantastic game, we'll buy it. But that's not the way they do it. The final thing is, because they chased that almighty dollar, they got, you know, most gamers had already played it if they want to play it. So who do you go for next? You go for the kids. And that's the next problem. And whoa, I'm not blaming kids for having the game. Yeah, you shouldn't have it. It's an 18 certificate game, but hey, that's an issue for your parents. The issue here is that, by and large, they're playing up in their room. And that means they're on a wireless connection. Now, whoa. I'm not talking about you in particular. You might have a dedicated line going to your room. You might have a 1,000,000-bit connection. Yeah, you're great. I'm not talking about you. But the fact is, most kids will have it up in their room. That means they're on a wireless connection. Plus, they're going to have, I don't know, their sister on the laptop. They're going to have their dad on his, you know, tablet. They're going to have mum watching streaming Netflix downstairs or whatever. And that causes intermittent connections, and that's a huge issue for the game, because all of a sudden your packet loss is more, which in turn fucks with the connection, and then you have the final nail in the coffin, as far as I'm aware, because this started in Black Ops 2, shit screeners. Split screeners, I honestly think, fuck the connections up badly. So there you go, guys, that was my kind of interpretation of how I see the lag comp, how it works, and what the issues are. I think basically the end of the fucking line is that they're never going to pay for dedicated servers, and to be fair, they bring their own issue, but that's another video. And, you know, so it's a case of you either fucking suck it up, Buttercup, and get better internet connection, or you stop playing, go play Assassin's Creed, go play the Grand Theft Auto 5 that's coming out soon, Halo 4, and, you know, great, there are options, you know, but there it is. So, apologise for the lack of high-def, whizzy, fantastic graphics. I'm not at home at the moment. I'm out on the road with my laptop. Do a video about that. Might do a little vlog. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's lag comp.